Water, water everywhere. We drink it. We splash in it. We keep our gardens green with it.
Too dry, they'll die.
And we play in it. But what happens when we start running out? I'm Sally Sears. The state of Georgia says we've got to use less water or we'll all run out. And that could really hurt. Not just for the newcomers coming to Georgia, but those of us already here. We're having enough babies, we're creating our own homegrown water shortage. So the state wants to limit when we use water. Are you ready to use water more wisely? Would you like to know how using less water can benefit you? Now, when they say we are running out of water, how do we know they are right? Let's look at the evidence. These are the best projections of our growth. Look at this, straight up. In the next 25 years, North Georgia alone is expected to double its population. And of course, the amount of water in the Chattahoochee and the other rivers is staying the same. If this is not enough, take a look at this. Who's actually using the water? Commercial and industrial users, 24%. Others, 21%. But families use a whopping 55% of the water. Or skip the charts and the graphs. Think about this. Would the Georgia legislature willingly put up with all the complaints about taking away people's rights to water if they didn't have to? Or leaf through these legal documents. I've always wondered why they call these briefs. This is the court case of Georgia's fight with Alabama and Florida over how much water each state can claim. It's a fight that's likely to go all the way to the Court of the Supremes.
Don't you make me take you to court.
Well, it's all your fault, you water pig. You both use too much water. Complain, complain, complain. Alabama can't grow if Georgia doesn't leave some water for the Tallapoosa and Coosa rivers. Montgomery will dry up. And the long border on the Chattahoochee? Please.
Come on! Do you think it's fun sharing anything with Alabama and Georgia? Our oyster beds need water, and I'm not talking your dried up sewage.
No, now I think we can solve this without coming to blows. Alabama, you and I can cut a deal for how much water...
Can it, Pete?
It's my water.
It's my water.
We'll just take it all in Georgia.
Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Think it all over. Think it all over. Chattahoochee, I'm aware of where you go. Each time you leave my door, I watch you trickle down the street, knowing another stream you'll meet. But this time before you run to her, leaving me alone and hurt. Think it all over. Think it all over.
Before Georgia ends up in a supreme battle, most people agree we've got to save water even when we're not in a drought. It will be a big bargaining chip if we do have to go to court. And besides, the cheapest water we can get is the water we save. Here are Georgia's new water use restrictions. People with odd-numbered addresses will be limited to watering outdoors each week only on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
Odd.
Tuesday,
Thursday, and Sunday.
And if you live in an even-numbered address, you can only water on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
Even Monday, Wednesday,
Saturday.
And no watering for anyone on Friday, Dry Friday.
no water, no way, no how. Fridays are water-free.
If the state's water conservation leaders agree that there is a drought in Georgia, the rules are going to get a lot more strict. You'll hear about that on local TV and county and city information channels. Now, what constitutes outdoor water use? Watering your lawn, washing your car, filling your swimming pool, washing your windows or your walkways, any use of water outdoors, really. But of course, there are some exceptions to these new rules. What if you put in new landscaping? Well, you can water new landscaping for 30 days. But before you water new sod or plan that community car wash to raise money for a good cause, check out the new rules on the website of Georgia's Department of Natural Resources. The rules apply year-round. Now, communities can shift the days a bit if they vote to, and the Georgia Environmental Protection Division agrees. But everyone in Georgia is expected to follow the basic rules. This is the Chattahoochee River. 60% of Georgians drink from these waters, almost 5 million people, and more every day. Growth upstream takes water away from drinkers downstream, and that's why Gwinnett County Commission Chairman Wayne Hill seldom sees eye to eye with Atlanta Mayor Shirley Franklin. But today, they're in the same boat.
It's very important to the future of the state and the day-to-day operations of cities. You can't live without clean water.
It's very important to this region, and I think we all understand we got to protect the river.
No question about it. I mean, the river is small by comparison to the size of our population. As a matter of fact, it's the smallest river or water source of any metropolitan area in the United States.
So what happens if we keep growing at the rate we're going and drink it dry? Is that?
Well, we can't do that. We have to grow smart, and we have to conserve water, and we have to protect the environment, all at the same time.
I think we all realize there's only so much water, and we've made a concentrated effort in Gwinnett to sewer as much of our county as we can.
We have had problems with pollution. We've got to, as a region, be committed to keeping the river clean and cleaning it up where it has been polluted. The growth is going to come. I happen to believe, no matter what Wayne and I say, people are still going to move to Georgia. They're going to move for the climate, they're going to move for business, they're going to move for jobs. Our job as elected officials is to be ready for that.
You don't have as many lawns as you do.
Right.
Is there a conflict there?
I think one of the great things about Atlanta is you can choose where you want to live. You can live in town or you can live in the suburbs. You can actually, in the course of your life, be in both places and have a wonderful quality of life. And lots of people do choose that. The truth of the matter is, when I moved to Atlanta 30 years ago, my house was on a septic tank. It's now hooked to the sewer system. So we've experienced some of the same challenges Gwinnett and the outlying suburbs have.
Ever since I've been in office, going on 12 years now, we've raised water rates every other year. And our folks in our county have supported the increase because they believe in what we're doing. We don't have the problem Shirley does. My system's 30, 35 years old, and that makes a lot of difference in it, and I recognize that.
It's old, it's decrepit, it has to be improved. We lose water from breaks in the pipe underground. That's as big a loss as any loss that we'd have. That's water that does not get back in the river. As long as I'm around, I'm going to continue to talk about water and sewer.
What else can y'all do together that you like about the region working together?
I think ultimately we want to do some marketing together, but eventually we have to market the idea that each of us can contribute to clean water and the environment.
You'll see more and more regional things revolve around water because we can build more roads, we can do other things, but you only got so much water. So I think we're going to find a way to focus our energy so it'll be a regional effort, and I look forward to that.
Water use really jumps when the weather is hot. Some neighborhoods use twice the water in the summer that they do in the winter. So guess, which neighborhoods in North Georgia use the most water? We'll tell you, and let an expert show us how to save water and keep your lawn green.
Think it over.
This Channel 2 special is presented by the Regional Leadership Forum, where people come together to talk about good ideas and progress. And sponsored by Georgia's Golf Course Superintendents, 800 members making the game more enjoyable for everyone. The Cobb County Marietta Water Authority, Water Smart, save water, save time, save money. The Georgia Conservancy, protecting our environment. The Georgia Waterwise Council, a section of the Georgia Water and Pollution Control Association. The Greater Atlanta Home Builders Association, planning for our future. And the North Georgia Metropolitan Water Planning District.
I'm odd, which means Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday I can water. Friday, nobody gets to.
I'm an even. Monday, Wednesday, Saturdays.
When it comes to water conservation, plenty of homeowners get a little touchy. They wonder if the business and commercial users belong to some kind of special club, one with its own codes and privileges. But when you look at the numbers, it's very clear. Homeowners use twice the water of business and industry, and in the summer, homeowners' water use almost doubles. Besides, businesses are already motivated to conserve by that little thing called profit. Golf courses. They may look like one business that uses more than its share of water, but actually these folks are pretty good about conserving. Ken Mangum, you've been around golf courses all your life. What are your secrets?
Well, Sally, let's go down to number 14 green, which is right beside the Chattahoochee River. I'll show you a few things.
Okay. And when you water, you don't just wake up one day and decide to water, do you?
No, it's all, you have to look at the grass. You have to look at the grass. It's very hard to just schedule watering without looking at the environment, the weather, the amount of rain.
What is this grass telling you right now?
When you look at the dew,
Yeah.
see how much dew is on here? This grass is good without water for several days. Our irrigation practices are very much driven by visual inspections. We also look at the weather. We look at the evapotranspiration rate.
Whoa, whoa.
That's a big word, I know.
Evapotranspiration rate. How fast your grass uses up water. And it looks like you got a lot of neat toys here to measure it.
The weather station takes the solar radiation, the temperature,
The amount of
rainfall, wind speed, wind direction, humidity, soil temperature.
All that data fed to the University of Georgia from a lot of sites just like this all across Georgia. They put it on a website everybody can visit, and we can all know exactly how much water our grass has used up in the last few days. What have you learned about this that affects what you do in your house?
Well, last year I only watered 2 times.
Really?
Yeah. I try to keep my own home lawn as dry as possible because I really don't enjoy mowing grass that much.
I hear a lot of golf courses aren't even using city or county water anymore. It's too expensive. Are you finding any way to reuse water or use wastewater?
This is our new irrigation system. We designed this new system which uses reuse water, but we also have it designed where we can water just the fairway or just the rough. When we water the entire property would be about 1.2 million gallons. Using reuse water, that water stays in the river.
Georgia's golf courses are clearly making changes to use less water. But what about the other big commercial users here in Georgia? Oops, sorry about that. I'm here with Randy Childers from the Hyatt Regency Atlanta. Hotels. What are the hotel businesses doing to try to save water?
We've used low flush shower heads, faucets, and toilets for 15 or 20 years now. Well, most of the things hopefully have no impact on the guest or the quality of their stay, but we do ask our guests to participate with us in a conservation program that has us reusing towels overnight.
What has made the most difference?
Outsourcing our laundry. Our laundry is currently done in Birmingham, Alabama.
Whoa! When you outsource, you're not just getting somebody down the street to wash it.
That's true. A truck comes from Birmingham, picks up all of our laundry, dropping off what they picked up the previous day.
My goodness.
Now there's savings. There is true savings here.
Well, wait a minute. It's cheaper because Birmingham's water is cheaper than Atlanta's water rates.
That's correct.
But are they actually using less water?
They do, because they've got much more sophisticated equipment, a tunnel wash system.
What in the world is a tunnel wash?
A tunnel wash reuses water by moving the laundry through the different cycles. It's a corkscrew type arrangement. It just progresses. It goes up a conveyor, drops into the machine, pre-weighed and sorted, and goes through a pre-wash, a wash, rinse, and final rinse, sanitizing rinse, and at the end is compressed into a bale, removing the water from the linen, saving drying costs and also recovering more of that water for reuse.
How much are you saving by sending all of the Hyatt's laundry to Birmingham?
After 2001, when we closed our laundry, we saved another 23%, which is very substantial.
23%. Whoa, that is hundreds of thousands of dollars and gallons of water saved by just one hotel. Tom Wolfe writes in his novel set in Atlanta that in Buckhead the lawns rose up from the street like big green, well, I'm not sure if we can use the B word on television anymore, so let's just say that chickens and Janet Jackson have this in common. That leads us back to our neighborhood question. Which one in North Georgia do you think uses the most water to keep itself green? If you said Buckhead, you're wrong. Established lawns and big trees use less water. It's new subdivisions with lawns and trees struggling to get started that use more. Now, here's another quiz for you. Which one uses more water? A homegrown car wash in your own driveway or this big slushy drive-through operation? We'll have the answer for you and show you how these new rules could actually save you some money.
Think it over.
I live in Swanee and I'm on the odd side of the road. That makes me on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays that we get the water.
I'm an even, which means I can water on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, but never on Friday.
The outdoor use rules are a good way to save water because we do double our water use in the summer. But remember, year-round, 80% of the water we use is indoors. That's why whenever you renovate, restore, or build new housing, it's important to build the savings in. Rick Porter is calling the shots on this construction project. Rick, what are you doing to build in saving water?
We are today paying attention to a couple of things that years ago we probably wouldn't. One is that we try to locate the water heater where it is in proximity to the appliances that need hot water.
Not stuck off in the basement on the far corner of the house.
Exactly. You can get hot water quicker, so we're not wasting as much water running down the drain while we wait on hot water.
Are you finding most of your customers are even aware of this?
Very few are aware of these features at all. All of the toilets that we put into new homes use only about 1.5 gallons of water every time they flush. We grew up on toilets using 5 gallons. The shower heads that we use today let a lot less water through than, again, when you and I were growing up. Spreads the water out, still washes soap off, still cleans you, but it's much less water while that shower head is running.
You get a lot of complaints from homeowners about the restricted water in the bathroom?
Complaints some, but as we have educated our homeowners to how they work, what they need to pay attention to, I think people have adapted very well.
If you're not building or renovating, there's still plenty you can do to save water and money. Indoors, the most water is used here in the bathroom and over here in the kitchen. Common sense, right? Roy Fowler is here with us. Roy knows a lot about water, and he knows a lot about the stupid things some people do when they're not thinking about saving water. What are some of your favorites?
Well, first of all, more is better. We found out in the drought cycle of the late 1980s that more turf and landscapes were damaged and lost to root rot from overwatering than the actual drought cycle itself. So they were killing their yards with kindness. I had some very annoying drips at the Fowler household. I had been in the house long enough that my flapper valves in my 3 bathrooms had started to deteriorate.
Your flapper valve. Now, is this something you wear dancing in the 1920s?
The flapper valve is actually the control device that would allow the reservoir tank at the commode to go ahead and flush the material away.
It took you getting a high bill to go make a home repair.
Not only was it embarrassing, I felt stupid as a consumer. I was wasting my money as well as the community's water.
What is this?
Where you would take one of these tablets, drop it in the reservoir tank,
You put this in the back of your toilet, right?
Correct.
If you've got a leak.
The bowl of the commode will start to discolorate due to the color of the tablet.
And then when you see blue water in the bottom of the toilet, you know you've got a leak.
Yes, ma'am.
That's better than laying awake at night listening to it, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but you also need to read all instructions. Our particular display here has the fact, is your toilet leaking? Free, take one. I had a gentleman come back and said he did, and upset his stomach terrifically.
Even. Oh, we're even. Very even. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I need to put it on my irrigation controller.
Of course, there are those in Georgia who are house proud. Some of us love our yards, but then there's those of us who are car crazy. Lennox Bundy, are you car crazy?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I love to wash my car at least twice a week.
Twice a week. That brings us back to quiz question number 2. Which one actually uses more water, a commercial car wash or do-it-yourselfers in their own driveway? This is Frank Lynch. He owns commercial car washes. Do commercial car washes use less water than doing it at home?
Oh, definitely. Probably 80% of the water that you see rinsing on this car just now has been on dozens of vehicles. It's recycled water.
Why would I want my car washed in somebody else's car's wash water?
Before it comes back on the car, it's been purified. Drops from the car here down to a tank below the vehicle, and then it goes into a series of other separating tanks, and then it goes through a machine that ozonates it and decontaminates it, so the water is very clean by the time it reappears on your car.
So how much less water do you use than me washing it at home in my own driveway?
A couple of hundred go over it, but only 15 gallons will be lost, and that comes from the city water that's used at the rinse cycle.
That's compared to 300 or 400 gallons on average when you wash it yourself. So the answer's clear. Washing your car at home uses a whole lot more water. And a bonus point, commercial car washes are open 7 days a week. And now, here's the next question. In our True-False Water Smart quiz, true or false, condo and apartment dwellers are not affected by the state's water restrictions. The answer, and a look at how the rules will be enforced when we come back.
Bring it over.
I'm an even. I can water my lawn Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
Wednesdays, never mind.
Well, let me think. I'm an odd. So that means Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
Hey, Mitzi, do you see what I see?
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, looks like an odd. Watering on a Monday. You know what we have to do now, don't you?
Illegal watering in 2033, sir.
Hey, just follow the rules, okay?
Violators of the state's outdoor water use regulations are not going to have cops busting down their doors exactly, but identifying and reporting leaks and people who are not following the regulations is one key to making sure the program works.
Hi, Sally.
Ken Harris.
How are you?
Okay, good. Cobb County's Water Department's Enforcement Division.
We take it seriously, yes. We would find a lot of people watering, and we would warn them, and the results were that about 98% of the people that we did give warnings to heeded the warnings and weren't a second time. We have 400 employees for the water system, so all of our employees on a normal work hours would do violations if they found them. In our field staff, we've got 45 people out in the mornings, early mornings, and early at night, looking, or late at night, looking for violators all the time.
Of the people who got warnings, how many of them ended up needing to get a fine?
About 2%.
2%?
2%.
So you think the warnings worked?
Absolutely.
Even. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Friday is dry, but why not come to the car wash?
Very, very odd. Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Never on Friday.
True or false? If you live in a condo or apartment, you are not affected by the state's water restrictions. And the answer is false. If you live in an apartment or a condo, if you like to fish, if you like watering flowers, if you like to keep your wheels clean, you'll need to follow these rules because there's only so much water to go around.
Bring it over.
Mrs. Mayor!
Y'all want to do that again?
We're going to float the hooch.
I'm definitely odd. Very odd. You know that about me.
Going to the chapel.